It's the question every comic fan has argued about for decades. Who's actually faster? You've got Superman, the Man of Steel, who breaks the sound barrier like it's nothing, and the Flash, the Scarlet Speedster, who runs on pure cosmic energy. In Superman number 199, the UN of all people asked them to race around the world to raise money for charity. To make it a fair foot race, Superman wasn't allowed to fly. But this, being a comic book, it didn't stay simple for long. DC introduced a concept that would redefine the entire debate: the Speed Force. And no, the Speed Force isn't just a cool-sounding name for running fast. It's a cosmic energy source. The big moment came in The Flash. Rebirth in 2009, Superman is chasing Barry Allen, trying to stop him from running himself into the Speed Force forever. Clark says to him, "We've raced before, Barry. I've even won some." Barry's reply changed everything. Just looks back and says, "Those were for charity, Clark." And then he just vanishes, leaving a shocked Superman standing in his wake. A fundamental part of reality that fuels all motion throughout the multiverse. In another story, The Flash number 49, Superman tries to chase both Barry Allen and Wally West. But what do you all think? Superman's ability to fly through space give him an edge we didn't really get into? Let us know what you think down in the comments. And if you enjoyed finally getting a straight answer to this legendary debate, do us a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more dives into comic book history. Comes back seconds later, completely winded, admitting he couldn't even get close. And then you have feats like Wally West saving 500,000 people from a nuke after it had already detonated, all in a fraction of a microsecond. That's a level of speed Superman has never even approached. Sure, Superman has a few wins on the board, but they almost always have a footnote, like Flash being mind-controlled or throwing the race for a good reason. The comics are pretty clear. When the gloves are off, Flash is just faster. Superman gets his speed from his Kryptonian biology under a yellow sun, which is incredibly powerful. The comics have made their decision. Superman is, without a doubt, one of the fastest beings in creation, capable of moving faster than light. But the Flash isn't just a guy who runs fast. He's a living channel for speed itself. His connection to the Speed Force gives him access to a speed that is, for all intents and purposes, infinite. The guy has literally outrun death time and instant teleportation. The Man of Steel is fast, but the title of the fastest man alive belongs to the Flash. End of story. But the Flash is tapped directly into this otherworldly energy. Rival gambling groups tried to rig the race. So, to make sure neither of the criminal outfits could cash in, Superman and Flash just decided to cross the finish line at the exact same time. A tie. They've raced for charity to save the world, and sometimes just to see who's best. A few months later, aliens forced them into a rematch across the entire Milky Way. And what do you know? It also ended in a tie when they figured out the whole thing was a trap set by their archenemies. For years, DC Comics kept it vague on purpose. These races were fun marketing stunts meant to sell comics, not settle the debate, leaving fans to argue for generations. For years, the answer was always a frustratingly convenient tie, a clever way to keep both heroes looking good. Well, that ends today. We're going to break down the major races, the crucial comic book moments, jump between dimensions, and even run through time. The Speed Force is basically a physics cheat code, protecting speedsters from the insane environmental damage they should be causing. Superman, for all his might, still has to play by the rules of physics. Think of it this way. Superman's speed has an engine, a ridiculously powerful one, but still an engine. The Flash is plugged directly into the power grid of the universe, and the core of their powers to finally, once and for all, crown the fastest hero in the DC universe. The whole rivalry kicked off back in 1967, and that became the pattern. But then, everything changed. That connection gives Flash abilities Superman just doesn't have. He can vibrate his molecules to walk through walls. As comics got more serious, the writers started to give us a real answer. That one line made it clear. The Flash was always just holding back. He was letting Superman keep up out of respect. So the evidence in the comics seems pretty stacked. So who is the fastest being alive? While movies and TV shows like Justice League love to keep it ambiguous for the drama,